Good evening, everyone. Recent allegations involving teachers at multiple area schools are raising concerns among parents. Waylon Walls-Parker spoke with the Jefferson County Sheriff about what his office is seeing.
The Jefferson County Sheriff has confirmed they are looking into allegations brought against a Woodlawn High School teacher.
If the allegations are proven to be factual, it could potentially be more than one victim.
Sheriff Jeff Bullard says the allegation against the teacher was told to one of the school resource officers from the Sheriff's Department. The high school teacher has since been placed on administrative leave. That's according to a letter sent home by the Woodlawn Unit School District 209. In that letter, the district says they are monitoring the situation and cooperating with the sheriff's office.
So we work very hard to make sure that the facts and evidence that we have on any allegation that is as serious as that. We want to make sure that before anyone's brought for charges that we're comfortable with the evidence that we have.
Recently, allegations involving teachers at multiple area schools have been arising. Bullard says social media might be one of the main reasons why.
With some people, it helps reassure them that it's okay that they can come forward too, because they don't have to sit in silence and suffer because other people are coming out to tell their story and make their allegations as well.
With multiple allegations coming to light, Bullard also highlighted the importance of implementing safeguards in school and any programs provided for young people.
Do they make sure that there is always two adults anywhere where there's students possibly, and there's never a one-on-one adult-to-child situation?
Bullard says parents should also stay involved in their children's lives, monitoring their activity and paying attention to conversations that could signal something is wrong. For now, Sheriff Bullard says investigators are continuing to interview people and gather information while the investigation is ongoing. The Jefferson County Sheriff says they should expect to have an update on the case in the coming weeks.
A teacher at Nashville Community High School District 99 has also been placed on administrative leave. The police department there says no arrests have been made and that investigation is ongoing.